Hey church, I just wanted to bring you a word of encouragement and maybe some advice that I've been giving myself today. In Matthew chapter 13, my Bible actually refers to this chapter with the heading, Jesus teaches in parables, and then there's a few headings within that as well. There are some parables here, and I love the way the chapter starts out, that it says that day that Jesus left, he got out of the house and he went and sat by the sea, and large crowds just gathered to him. So he can't even get a moment's peace to just relax by the sea without these people coming to him. At this point, they're wanting to hear what he has to say, and so he just starts in with some parables. And he tells the parable of the sower. We're not really so interested with that in this particular context today, but he talks about the parable of the sower, which is a very popular one, where the seeds are sown and they fall among the thorns and the rocks and the different situations. And he gets done telling this story, and then he's with the disciples, and the disciples say, "Why do you teach in parables? Why are you doing this?" And he lays out the explanation that it was prophesied that the people wouldn't understand when he told these stories that no one would understand. And he tells them that they're blessed. He tells the disciples that they're blessed for understanding. And because he begins teaching them, and he's using this whole situation. The whole chapter is a good chapter. It's got some really good things in it. I like a costly pearl is what it says. And it says, again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking fine pearls. Upon finding one pearl of great value, he went and sold all that he had and bought it. And that's the mindset that Christ has, in that he's willing to give up himself. He's willing to give up everything he has for us. And I think it's the mindset that we should have, that we should be willing to give up everything to go and find him as well. There's a lot we could apply that to. But I thought what was really interesting to me was that when we look at this chapter, it makes me wonder, am I really actually seeking out answers when I have questions? The disciples here want to know, why do you teach in parables? And then they ask more questions later in the chapter, and I think that's very admirable. Rather than just hearing something that they were kind of unsure about and just nodding their head and going, good word, preach on, preacher, get with it. Rather than doing something like that, they go, wait a second, we need to have answers. And I love that, because I like to have answers. When I read something in Scripture and we have questions, we can't just go, oh, that was good, and then just move on with our lives. We have to take a step back sometimes and go, what is this talking about? Maybe we need to do a little bit more research into our Scripture, find out what could be being said, what can we learn from this. Maybe we need to seek out help from somebody who might know more. Maybe you might need to call up Brother Joe and ask him, what is this passage talking about? Or how is this passage applicable to my life? I don't understand how I'm supposed to get anything out of this at all. There's a lot of that in the Bible that we find ourselves asking questions. Asking questions is great, but making sure that you follow through to find out what the answer is very important as well. So I would encourage you this week, today, as you're in your word, as you're in your Scripture, studying, make sure that you're giving it the due diligence it deserves. Don't just put in your time and read your chapter or 2 or 3 or 10 for the day and then call it good. Make sure you take some time to break down the lessons that are being taught and seek out the answers when you don't just have them come to you, because I don't know about you, but oftentimes when I'm reading my Scripture, I don't just go, oh, I know the answer to this. I mean, I'm not a very smart person, and I think God intended for us all to go and seek out the answers for ourselves. So I'm so glad that you joined us. Keep checking back every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, for new content. Make sure you like and share those videos, and we will see you guys on Sunday.